today I'm going to be doing my review on Degrassi. So I just want to start off by saying that I think Adam is so sweet when he plans the whole, date thing for Becky. It's just, that was really nice of him, and, yeah, I was like, it's so weird. I'm like, how is he gonna have pizza if, they're not actually together? But he was like, he ordered one at her house, too, and I was like, aw, how sweet. And, but then Becky actually has a friend over. His name is Todd. And she decides to cancel their date because her and Todd are going to hang out, which I thought was really rude because Adam goes through all this trouble. Well, he went through all this trouble to plan this little romantic date. And, he set up a whole scene and everything. And she just blows him off for some Florida guy. I'm like, that's so rude of her. And I thought Drew was pretty funny. He was being insensitive, yes, but at the same time funny, because Adam was like, who does this guy think he is? And Drew was like, I think he's the guy that's stealing your girlfriend. I'm like, that is so rude, yet so funny. Yeah, and then, Tristan's like, I'm sick, and I'm like, what? I was like, he's not sick, and he's like, he's just faking it so he doesn't have to see Miles. And, then him and Maya turn the corner to go into the classroom. And you see Zoe and Miles making out yet again. And Tristan is just like, you want to know a symptom? How I'm going to barf. I'm just like, I feel so bad because, Tristan really likes him and everything. And, yeah. And I just feel like Maya's lying to herself. I mean, because when she first met Miles, she totally seemed like she was into him. And now she's telling Tristan, I so don't like him, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, why are you lying? I just don't understand. Does she like him or not? Because when they introduced his character, it seemed like she was totally into him. But I guess she's trying to back off since Tristan likes him. But I don't know. And, Maya was like, Chewy, how do I get them to stop doing this? Making out everywhere. And he's like, if you tell Miles not to do something, he goes 10 times harder. And he's like, unless you want to see a mattress next time, I wouldn't say anything. And I'm just like, ew. But exactly what Maya said, I was like, that's a little weird. Yeah, and then I was like, I feel bad for Adam because, he's so jealous of Todd and Becky's being together. So I was just like, he probably has nothing to worry about though because, I was just thinking about this, and I was like, Becky is, really religious, so she wouldn't do anything that she thinks would be against God, so I don't think she would cheat on him anyway. And, Adam is at the summer day camp thing, taking care of Colton and the other kids, and, Adam turns around for, 1 second, just to check Instagram, and Colton runs away, and I'm just like, how does that little boy run away so quickly? I mean, nobody saw him running. I mean, maybe he was walking, but, you don't see him running behind Adam, and Imogen should have been able to see him, if he ran past her. I mean, I just don't get how he ran away so quickly. And I'm like, why would he do that? Little kids are so weird. Allie and Leo, she thinks they're getting pretty serious, and I was just like, aw, Allie, I really like them together. And, Allie's like, that's the problem, she really likes him and, she doesn't want to scare him off or anything. Which I don't think she could because Leo really likes her back. And, yeah, I think they're a really good couple. And I was glad when they found Colton, Dallas found him running around. And I'm just like, where has this kid been? And he's like, I went to go check on Madison to make sure she didn't find a Todd. And I'm like, really? Oh my gosh. I don't know. It's just like, yeah, because that's totally a valid reason to run away. I don't know. I was just like, well, I'm just glad they found him. And then Drew threatened to fire Adam, which I understand, because Adam wasn't really paying attention to his job. But at the same time, I was just like, I hope Adam doesn't get fired. Because it really was an accident. I mean, even if Adam wasn't, checking Instagram, even if he turned away for a second because he thought he heard something, Colton would have still left. And it's like, technically it's kind of Colton's fault also, because why are you running away from your counselor? You shouldn't be doing that. I don't know. And that was so gross how it's just kind of gross how Zoe and Miles are making out everywhere. You know, Maya sees them over her balcony, and I'm just like, really? And then you see Maya walk away, and, you know, she ignores Tristan. I'm just like, what is she about to do? I mean, I knew the bucket scene was coming up. I'm just like, oh my gosh. And I totally thought she had them. Turns out they moved away just in time, and she threw the water on the teacher by accident. So her and Tristan got detention because of that. Because Tristan was watching, so the teacher thought it was also his plan. Which it wasn't. But I was just like, oh my gosh, Maya. Maya is... She has a really big green monster inside of her. Just saying. And you know, I thought Adam was being... I understand that he's jealous, but I thought he was being stupid at the same time. He's like, I know Becky's password and everything, so I might as well just send Todd a message. I'm just like, why would you do that? Because, I don't know, they should have totally listened to Imogen when she was like, yeah, you'll send it, but it'll be Becky's voice he'll be hearing, you know? Because, of course, Becky's gonna die because Becky didn't send it. And I'm just like, Adam, do you really think that sending that message, hacking into your girlfriend's face range page is gonna help you anymore? Like, no. I mean, and I thought it was kind of rude. I mean, I get it, but it was kind of mean when he was like, he was talking to Imogen, and Imogen was like, you should just talk to her. That's why I told Fiona. And he's like, yeah, and you see how well that ended up. I'm just like, that's a little harsh. But, yeah, it's just like, I already knew this wasn't going to work out well. I'm like, she's either going to break up with you or you're going to take a break. And, I mean, I'm so stupid. Like, you can't fix things by hacking into other people's pages and trying to take matters in your own hands. You just have to talk to them yourself and figure it out together. And then, you know, Allie shows up to Leo's date, but she's not alone. She brings Connor and... I forget her name. But she brings Connor, which is actually the main point. And I'm just like, why would you do that? Jenna. She brings Connor and Jenna. And I'm just like, I mean, I don't mind that she brought them because she does, you know, she wants to make sure that she doesn't do anything with him. But at the same time, it's like, Connor is so, I don't know. I don't know how to explain him. But anyways, I was thinking, poor Tristan, because, you know, he's got detention and they're sitting there scrubbing floors like freaking Cinderella. Well, Maya made the reference to Les Mis, which, I've never really seen it, but I guess you can, you know, refer it to that. And, you know, then she has that whole argument with Miles, and I'm just like, Miles is so cocky. In a bad way. It's like, it's not even cute. He's just a cocky person, and just like, no. You know, Maya is trying to defend Tristan, but she ends up telling Miles, you know, that Tristan really, really likes him. And Tristan overhears, and so he gets upset. And I thought it was so jerkish of Miles to be like, wait, Maya. And he was like, so do you want to kiss me? And I'm just like, really? Like, did you not just see what happened there? Honestly, like, no. I don't know. And, you know, Adam and Drew and Dallas and Imogen are all together, and this is when Adam's actually typing up the message to send to what's-his-face, and I'm just like, I mean, how would you think this is the best idea? I mean, they should have totally listened to Imogen, because there you have a perfect girl example right there. You know, you always want to get the opposite gender's opinion to make sure you're doing the right thing. And Imogen clearly said, don't do it because, you know, it's going to cause even more drama. And that's what it did. And, I don't know. I just don't know why he would think that's the way to solve this. Hack into her page and send a message to the guy. No, just don't. And, you know, when Maya is apologizing to Tristan, it's really sad because Tristan's just so upset. And he's like, so you don't like Miles? And Maya's like, no, of course not. Which she totally does, because if she didn't, she wouldn't have spilled the water all over Miles. I mean, yeah, she's trying to stick up for him, but come on. I mean, I totally know that Maya likes him. she's just trying to be a good friend to Tristan, which I like. But I felt really bad because Tristan was like, I don't want your best friend package. Return to sender. And I'm just like, oh, like, so he's really not gonna forgive her? And I'm like, that really sucks because Maya really needs somebody because Zoe is picking on her a lot this season. So, yeah, that's not gonna go over well for Maya. And, you know, they go back to Allie's date, and I'm just like, I knew this would happen. Like, I don't understand. I mean, I know Connor has some disorder or something, but it's good to be honest, but not as honest as Connor is. Connor is so honest that it just makes matters worse. Like, just shut up. I mean, not to be rude or anything, but Connor overly talks. I mean, I don't know. One, he hurt Jenna's feelings on the date when he was like, I don't even think about sex, and, you know, it disgusts me. And then Jenna's like, so you don't think about it with me? And, you know, that's a whole nother problem, which they, like, they weren't even having problems until he said that, I think. So, yeah. And then he's like, well, that's why we're on this date, right? So Ellie, you know, doesn't get more intimate with Leo. And I'm just like, Connor, I mean, he just doesn't know when to shut up. Just stop talking. Oh my gosh, just... No, I hate how honest he is. I hate it. No, you know, liars aren't the best, but it's nice to keep your thoughts to yourself sometimes. And in Connor's case, most of the time. But I'm really glad that, you know, Leo and Allie and Leo, you know, they kind of talked about it, I guess. And yeah, that was just a really embarrassing situation. And, you know, Leo's like, don't be worried with me, like, I like you a lot too, and they're so cute. And I thought it was so funny how Allie's like, pinky swear, and he's like, he's just confused, and she's like, it means you promise. And I love it. And, you know, then he says a French quote to her, and she's like, I have no idea what you just said, but it sounded really cute. And I'm like, I had no idea what he just said either. But it has to be romantic, right? I mean, it's Paris. French people are romantics at heart, typically. Yeah, and, you know, Becky calls Adam, and they have that whole confrontation, which, like I've been saying, bad idea from the start, Adam. And I thought it was so creepy how Becky's like, oh my gosh, Adam, how could you do this? And then her tone completely changes, and she's like, what's that supposed to mean? Like, it was really creepy how she said that part. I don't know if it was just me, but I thought that was weird, you know. And, yeah, I'm just like, Adam, totally knew this was going to end in breakup or break. Glad it's not breakup, but break isn't too good either. So, yeah, that's what happened with them, and I hope they can make up, and, you know, I hope Allie and Leo stay together. I mean, they seem good for right now, so I don't think any problems will occur unless Connor says something else, which I don't even understand why they have conversations in front of Connor. I mean, oh my gosh. And I don't know if it's they have conversations in front of him or Jenna goes and tells him, but they should know by now that Connor can't be trusted with your conversations because he'll just tell everybody. Like, no, you can't be in the same room as him. Just tell him, you know, as minimum as possible. Minimum details. Just tell him, I'm going on a date just to help Allie. That's all you need to know. Let's go. Just, no. Connor just doesn't need to be in the know about anything. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Toodles!